In the bustling city of Port Harcourt, amidst the cacophony of honking cars and the rhythmic beats of street musicians, lived a young girl named Amara. Born with a rare respiratory condition, her life was tethered to an oxygen tank, a constant companion that hissed softly, reminding her of her fragility. Her wheelchair, adorned with stickers of stars and butterflies, was her chariot, navigating the narrow alleys and uneven pavements of her neighborhood. Amara's family viewed her condition as a burden. Her parents, once hopeful and doting, had grown distant, their love eroded by years of hospital bills and societal judgment. Her siblings, embarrassed by the attention her condition drew, often ignored her, leaving her to the solace of books and the occasional chirping of birds outside her window. One sunny afternoon, her family decided to attend a local festival. The air was thick with the aroma of roasted corn and suya, and the streets were alive with dancers and drummers. Amara, excited to be part of the festivities, was carefully placed in the back of the family van, her oxygen tank secured beside her. As the sun began to set, casting golden hues over the city, the family prepared to return home. In the chaos of the crowd and the excitement of the day, they drove off, leaving Amara behind, unnoticed and alone. Realizing she had been left, Amara tried to remain calm. She began to wheel herself through the now emptying streets, the weight of her oxygen tank making each movement laborious. As she turned a corner, a group of teenage boys approached, their laughter echoing ominously. "Hey, look at this one sneered, pointing at her equipment. They mocked her, mimicking the hiss of her oxygen tank, and before she could react, they yanked her from her wheelchair, tossing it aside. Amara lay on the ground, her breath shallow, tears streaming down her face. From the shadows emerged a boy, no older than 16, his clothes tattered and hands calloused from labor. He had been collecting scrap metal to sell, his large sack slung over his shoulder. Witnessing the same, he rushed to Amara's side, confronting the bullies, who, startled, fled into the night. "Are you okay?" he asked gently, helping her sit up. She nodded, still shaking. Without hesitation, he emptied his sack, placing the scraps aside. Carefully, he lifted Amara, placing her into the now empty bag, ensuring her oxygen tank was secure. With determination, he began the journey to her home, navigating the city's labyrinthine streets. The sack scratched against her back, and her oxygen machine thudded lightly with every step he took. The boy moved slowly, carefully, trying not to jostle her. She peeked from the edge of the sack. His shirt was torn at the collar, his slippers mismatched, but his hands were steady and his grip was firm. "Are you okay?" he asked, breathless but sincere. Amara nodded faintly. Her cheeks were damp from silent tears, but something in his voice steadied her. No one had asked her if she was okay in a very long time. "What's your name?" she whispered. "Chidi," he replied. "I pick metal and plastic from the streets to sell. What's yours?" "Amara." He smiled. "Nice name. You'll be okay, I promise." She wasn't used to kindness from strangers, especially not ones who had nothing themselves. Chidi reached her street and paused at the gate. Amara's house loomed ahead. Grand, white walls, shiny cars parked behind black iron gates. It was a house that didn't match her heart. "You sure this is it?" he asked, surprised. She nodded. "You can knock." He did. No answer. He knocked again, louder. A curtain twitched, and then nothing. Amara's voice cracked. "They don't like me. They probably didn't think I'd make it back." Chidi turned to her wide-eyed. "Your own family?" She nodded. "They hate that I'm sick, that I need oxygen. I slow them down." His jaw tightened. "They left you behind, like garbage." "I felt like garbage my whole life," she whispered. He lowered the sack gently and helped her out. Then he did something she would never forget. He rang the bell one last time, and when her mother opened it with an annoyed look, he didn't flinch. "She's not trash," he said firmly. "You forgot her. You left her. "You're lucky she's alive." Her mother froze, stunned, her eyes flickering to Amara in the sack. Then, without a word, she stepped aside. Inside, the house was quiet. Her father didn't look up from the television. Her brothers went back to their phones. No one asked how she had gotten home. No one noticed her scraped arm or the missing wheelchair. Chitty lingered by the door. "Thank you," Amara whispered. "I'll come check on you tomorrow," he replied, "if that's okay." A pause. "Please do," she said. Then he was gone. She turned to her family. "Do you even care what happened out there?" Her father shrugged. "You're back. What more do you want?" Her mother sighed. "Next time, don't fall behind." Something inside her shattered. True to his word, Chidi came back the next morning. He brought with him a small cart he had pieced together from scrap wood and old bicycle wheels. "I made this," he said. "Not as good as a wheelchair, but it has a cushion." Amara was speechless. She ran her hand over the wood. "You did this for me?" I couldn't stop thinking about how scared you must have been. She didn't cry. She had cried too much in her life, but something inside her softened. Day after day he came back, and day after day she waited by the gate. They began spending afternoons together, him pushing her in his handmade cart as he collected metal, her telling stories, laughing again for the first time in years. He took her through parts of the city she'd never seen. She saw kids running barefoot, babies sleeping under market stalls, old women stirring pots by the roadside. It was a world she had never belonged to, but now it felt more like home than her own. They talked about everything. He told her about his grandmother, his dreams of finishing school. She told him how she'd been in and out of hospitals since she was 5. "You know," Chitty said one day, "I think you're stronger than most people I know." Amara looked at him. "Even though I can't breathe without a machine?" Especially because of that. Her family began to notice. Her brothers laughed when Chidi knocked on the gate. Her mother muttered about street boys and bad influences. Her father warned her not to bring shame to their name. "I'd rather have no name than one that leaves me on the side of the road," she snapped one day. They stared at her like she'd slapped them. They didn't stop her from seeing Chidi, but they never welcomed him. He never asked to be welcomed. He just showed up every day with his quiet kindness. One afternoon, a group from a community aid organization passed by while Chidi and Amara were sorting scrap. A woman noticed Amara's oxygen tank and pulled over. "You need a new wheelchair," she said. "We can't afford one," Chidi replied. She smiled. "You don't have to. There's a program for kids like her." A month later, Amara had a new wheelchair, a better oxygen machine, and access to home care visits. Her family hadn't lifted a finger. Chidi had. And for the first time, she felt the world might hold a space for her because one person believed she was worth saving.